Appreciate you being here. We'll get started right away. So, Annie, please tell us your full name, where you're from, and what you do to make money.
Oh, okay. First of all, my full name is Anni, and I'm tuning in from Greece. And I had many ways of making money in my life. I have changed a few jobs, but the major choices I have been sticking with for long periods of time is my teaching job as an elementary school teacher, and also my job as a healer for the past decade. I've been a healer for the past decade, and I have a wild experience in that field. I have more than 10,000 healing sessions of experience and a library of certifications.
Wow.
So yeah, this is the main way of uh, not making a living, but this is a side effect, a very pleasant side effect. But I mostly do that because I really love that. I love human existence with all its light and its darkness.
Yeah, I see that you're a spiritual healer. Can you talk about that? What does that mean? What exactly is a spiritual healer?
Actually, this is one of the previous titles I was using in the past. I guess you're seeing that on my Facebook page, which is not updated recently. Um, Spiritual healer is mostly about going deeper than classic therapy, which is mostly working on our mind, our mental aspect, and really deepening to our emotional things, our feelings, and also more existential stuff of human existence, like really going deep into your soul because we hold all the answers, all the information we need in
Yeah,
our existence.
yeah, that's so interesting because we are so complicated, and the podcast, the Fighting Networker, is to help people that are struggling or not sure about their their own mindset. Being an entrepreneur, for example, is a very challenging project to take on. Starting your own business, working, without a boss looking over your shoulder, starting something maybe you have to invest money, and it can be pretty scary. Talk to me about how this spiritual healing in your expertise, 10,000 conversations, 10,000 healing experiences. How many people are struggling to let go of fear? What is that deal like?
Oh, this is a very interesting topic because actually, as many other concepts, fear is also misunderstood and very distorted. We are expecting ourselves to stop feeling afraid in order to take the next step, which will never happen. And I have experienced that myself also. I guarantee you that you will never stop being scared. You will never stop feeling fear about different things. Doesn't matter. And we don't want this fear to be erased from your existence because fear is what is keeping you safe. So if we become fearless, we would be killed in an instant. We don't want to remove fear entirely. But we want to build a relationship with fear, which will allow us to feel the feeling without being defined by it. So feeling the fear and making the move and taking the step is what we are trying to build is the desired outcome, not being fearless. You can't be fearless and be human at the same time. because fear is all about self-preservation instinct. We
Mhm.
can't erase that.
Yeah, so fear is a good thing to have, I guess.
Yeah, at the point of protecting your own life. But if it calls the shots for you and it deprives you from your freedom to change and grow, then it's not a good thing.
Right. Yeah, because it can handicap you and
Yeah.
make you think that maybe you're not good enough, you're not talented enough, you don't have the experience, or maybe you think that you just don't have the self-confidence, and that a lot of people struggle with that.
Yeah, I understand that. But okay, um, I will use myself as an example. Imagine what would have happened if I was fearful enough to stop dead in my tracks and not starting offering healing sessions to people. I wouldn't have this spectacular experience of 10,000 plus healing sessions.
How long does a healing session last?
In my case, it lasts 40 minutes.
Mhm. So it must be incredible to think all these conversations you've had with people. I'll bet you see a lot of repetition, a lot of parallels that people experience.
Yeah, yeah. Everything we are experiencing narrows down to three, four, five common threads that are very deep in our existence. And this is
Mhm.
why they are they're the same on a basic level, but then they manifest differently because of the personality of each individual, or because of the character, the imprints, the traumas, the experiences they have experienced through their lifetime.
Mhm.
So this very basic component manifests in different ways, which is
Some
very
people,
interesting.
yeah, and some people are just better at dealing with it than others, right? Or no?
Dealing with it, this is a very interesting choice of words, because dealing with it, where I come from, how I understand things, is mostly about bypassing.
Mhm.
We don't want to deal with our issues. We want to resolve them. We want to reclaim our freedom. When I'm dealing with an issue, something that is troubling me or keeps me occupied, keeps my mind occupied, then I am enslaving myself to this issue, because part of me has to be constantly occupied um, by dealing with the issue. But if I manage to resolve it permanently, then I'm free.
Free from fear is a good thing, but you're not really free from it. You're just able to conquer it or let it go to some degree.
I would say befriend it. If we're talking about fear, I thought we were talking about issues in general, but if we're talking specifically about fear, it's all about befriending it,
Hmm. I
feeling
see.
the fear, but not identifying with it.
I see.
All the big steps I took in my life, I was scared to take them, but I took them anyway.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's an entrepreneur can't be a successful entrepreneur if they can't deal with those challenges. Let's talk about this because we all get up in the morning and everybody has to deal with their plan. And if your plan isn't a good plan, I think a lot of people struggle with the fact that they really don't have a good plan. And then this brings you right back to that challenge of fear again. So, how do people get a balanced plan so that they feel like they have a balanced life? How does that happen?
Hmm. This is so unique to every person. There's no one size fits all, but we have to listen to our needs and respect all the spectrum of our needs. So, being an entrepreneur It's not only about making money.
Right.
It's also about enjoying your life, honoring yourself, resting enough, having a personal life, being happy, being healthy. Otherwise, all the money that you make, even if it's billions or trillions of dollars,
Yeah.
it's for nothing.
Yeah. We see a
If you
lot of
can,
people that are successful and they got all the money and they're so miserable. It happens a lot.
yeah, because all the money in the world cannot buy you a higher quality of life. You have to make it for yourself. You have to make it happen. You have to choose it. It's a matter of choice.
Yeah, the plan. Everyone's working on their plan every day. I always try to keep it balanced in such a way where when I look at my hand, I see my spiritual life, my family life, my fitness life, my financial life, and my social life. And I try to just work on those things every day. That's helped me a lot, is keeping the balance with these five values in life.
Yeah, it it works, but for everyone is very unique. For for instance, somebody could have a different value system and they have different components, different five components or different amount of components. But following your values and crafting your plan and your life around your values used as pillars is a good idea.
Using pillars.
Yeah, your values as
Right, right,
pillars.
right. I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
But some people, I think, maybe some of the values they have, they're not they're not attributing to their happiness. It's it's become a problem, and maybe they have to change what's in their hand because the things they value aren't helping them.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot. And it's happening with values as money, recognition, achievements, because they are all external values. So we have to also include some internal values that
Mhm.
will make us feel fulfilled and happy. Because at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is to be happy.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I say that to myself, and I'll say that out loud once in a while. Happiness over everything, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's so
exactly.
true. Are there a lot of happy people in Greece?
Actually, race has no difference from any other country out there. And because I've been working with people from all over the globe, US, Australia, England, South Africa, and different kinds of Europe, we all face the same issues. We are all troubled either by our relationships or our work life or our finances or our family.
Yeah,
It's the same
we're all in the
everywhere.
same boat.
Yeah, exactly. So, um, what I've seen is that no matter where you come from, which culture you were brought up in, what's your religion, your gender, your profession, we all have the same needs because we are all human beings and we are all using the same blueprint. There's a blueprint for human existence. So the same, we want all the same thing to be happy,
Mhm.
to be fulfilled, our hearts to be full. So it all comes down to that.
And being teachable. Isn't it important to be a good student in life and to be teachable and to be open to new ideas and not think that you know all the answers?
Oh, okay. If you think that you know all the answers, then you deprive yourself from any chance to learn something new, to evolve. You're doomed. You will stay the same, frozen in time, exactly the same, forever, which is a pity because you can experiment so much, you can be playful, you can try out new things, you can even explore by trying out new things and experimenting, you can explore different aspects of yourself that you weren't aware of
Mhm.
before opening that door of this particular experiment. So if I have to give one takeaway, it would be like, don't take life so seriously because you will not make it out alive anyway. We are all dying at the end.
Yeah, that's right. We come in the same way and we go out the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how you do in between is what's important. Yeah, that's so true. You know, people go to work every day and they struggle with their work. Maybe they even hate what they do for work. How challenging is that to go to work every day at a job you don't like? What do you do to fix that? Do you just stick with it for the rest of your life or and just say that's okay? People have a problem with this.
Mm, yeah, I understand that. And I can't imagine myself doing that, just to be clear. But for those who struggle with that, all the answers are within you. So, my best advice, my best piece of advice on that topic would be do the inner work because sometimes we think that the root cause of our misery is our job, our relationship, or something in our external environment. And when we do the inner work, we understand that we are the root cause of our misery. Our mindset is the root cause of our misery. Our trauma might be the root cause of our misery because we keep re traumatizing ourselves with our behavior. But when you do the inner work, your whole reality shifts. So if you have a job that you hate, go do the inner work, and then you can decide if you say or if you go, but it will be a very grounded and conscious decision. So it will either change your perspective and you will be happy in this very environment that makes you miserable this day, or you will choose to let go of this particular job and move on to the next one. But you will make a very different choice this time, more aligned with your values, um, a better fit for yourself and your happiness and the lifestyle you want to create for yourself. So you will not find yourself going in loops, repeating the same pattern, just in different environment, in different workplace with different people around you. The same thing.
Yeah. That brings me right to the point because you said people. We have when you watch the news, the world news, and you see what's going on, it's really challenging. And I think a lot of people are struggling with people. And if you're going to be successful in life, happy in life, and if you're going to be, especially being an entrepreneur, you have to have this impersonal love for all people. You can't hold grudges. You can't hate on people. You can't let people bother you because you'll be bothered all the time. So how do you deal with people?
Okay, I don't know if I could be the most appropriate person to answer that or the least appropriate. Let's see. Why do I say that? Because I really love human beings. I really love people. Uh, each person is so unique, and what could help, what could help anyone understand what's going on with people? Why are they acting so weird sometimes? Why are they so bitter or miserable sometimes? And it's not easy to like them or sympathize with them. Just keep in mind that every behavior has a root cause. It's not like I wake up this morning and I decide to give you a hard time because I like seeing you suffering. It's because something is happening within me and the projection of it is going outwards. and you were unlucky enough to be in my way.
Yeah, 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 projection. Because I could tell you that I'm happy and things are going great, but what's showing on my screen of life is that I'm unhappy and that things aren't going well. You can't really fake that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's
And we
like,
have to be a bit more compassionate. So
mhm,
take nothing personally, because our behavior is not about others, it's about us. So if
mhm,
I'm rude or abrupt or miserable all the time, it's not about you, it's not personal, it's about me.
yeah. And I just have to remember that. That's what's
Yeah,
important. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
You don't take up responsibility for my behavior, and that's a whole new level of freedom.
it really is. Because if I mirror image how you're acting, now we're both miserable and we make each
Yeah,
other even worse, right?
exactly, exactly.
Yeah. Not easy to do, but it can be done. And people that do well in life are very good at that.
Yeah, it can be done very easily. It's like a switch. You just have to remember that other people's behavior is not about me. They behave as they are, not because of how I am.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a challenging thing, every day we're going to be tested. No doubt we're going to be tested. To think that we're going to have a day and it just goes perfectly well is kind of naive, that this day is going to be perfect. Everything's going to go well. And being tested. But here's what I found about this testing thing, because every time we get tested, it's only from like our own thinking, we get tested there, from other people, we get tested there, and from systems like things at work, and systems, technology, the changing world. Why can't things go back the way it used to be? It was so much easier. So we're always going to be tested. But if we have the right mindset, we can pass these tests with flying colors, can't we?
Yeah, exactly. Going back is not the solution
Right.
because it was easier. Um, Going back is like shrinking back to our comfort zone. It's a very comfortable place, yes, but nothing beautiful grows there.
Yeah.
We have
Wow.
to step out.
Yeah, we do.
So moving back is not the solution. Moving forward, on the other hand, is very interesting and it's uncomfortable because it stretches us to our
Hmm.
growth zone, to our learning zone.
Hmm.
And this is our only hope for growth and evolution. It's not gonna be, it's simple. It's not always easy, but we can manage. You know, mm, I don't believe that life brings us something that we cannot resolve,
Hmm.
something that we cannot handle.
Hmm. So we can handle everything.
That is in our way. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that what you found, like with all the people that you've talked to? But not everyone you talk to could handle it. I mean, out of all the people you talk to, what do you think the percentages are that your therapy helped them to get over their challenges? Is it 50%? Is it 60%? Is it high or low? Does it really help people? Because they go back. When you're not there, they go back. You know?
Hmm. I understand your point, but there's no going back after this kind of work. Because what we do is not techniques and tools of the mind, so that you have to remember to apply the technique, is mostly cultivating a level of safety within your system and self awareness and self understanding. So the solutions emerge from the system itself. So it's not about remember the techniques in order to handle the issue. It's
Mhm.
about who you are, who you're becoming in order to be able to handle everything, basically.
I see here that you had, I'm not sure how long ago this was, but you had the Meet the Speakers, the Worthy Woman Rising 2026 Summit.
It's this Friday.
Oh, it's this Friday. So that
Yeah.
means we can get the link, and when we post this up on Spotify, we can put the link there, but also we can, is there any other thing you'd like to plug, or any a website or a book or something you'd like us to add to this when we put it up on Spotify?
Yes, I would love to offer a freebie to your audience, which is
Hmm.
a pre-recorded healing workshop about healing guilt,
Hmm.
and also a meditation from my YouTube channel about reigniting your inner calm.
Okay. Maybe we could put your YouTube channel uh
Yeah.
up there, as your YouTube channel would be good, because then they'd have that connection with you. But we'll get that afterwards. You can send me that in a text message or something, and we'll have that put up there. We only record about a half hour. It's a short talk. It's cool. But I really I appreciate you being here. And I wanted to end with this, okay? We go to bed at night after a long day, and every day we have to go through the same experience called life. And every night we go to bed, and then we get up the next morning and we have to do it all over again. How important is it to go to bed at night feeling good about yourself, so when you wake up in the morning, you're not like, oh gosh, another day. I don't think I can do this. How do you do that? How do you go to bed feeling like a winner, feeling like, oh, tomorrow's going to be great?
Okay, first of all, life is great anyway.
Yeah.
Having the opportunity to be alive and create things and destroy things, that's okay too. It's great. uh, a good way to be thrilled about life is not expecting yourself to be successful, quote unquote, successful all the time, because your bigger teacher is failure.
Right. Right. Wow. Very nice. Your bigger teacher is failure. That's for
Yeah,
sure. Your bigger teacher is failure. Yeah, that's
this is
really,
your chance to learn and adjust and evolve.
yeah, yeah. So that means you got to look at failure um, in a good way. You fail
Yeah,
your way to happiness. You fail your way to success.
exactly. Exactly. Imagine a relationship between a couple. When you first meet, everything is very romantic and very cool and very nice and very fluffy. And then real life kicks in and you have to figure your way through everyday life. But this is where growth is happening, not when you're in fully romantic state,
Mhm,
almost detached from reality.
mhm.
Growth is happening when you're having both feet on the ground
Yeah.
and
Growth.
figuring things out.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Pain. Thinking for some people can be painful. Thinking, thinking,
Mm,
thinking. And that pain of growth and that pain of failure and having to think your way through things is the only way to do it.
mm. Thinking is a great tool, but we also have um, very efficient forms of intelligence that can cooperate with the mind so that the mind is not so much burdened.
Hmm.
We have the body, which is excellent, like it gives the signal instantly. We also have our nervous system, our subconscious mind, our intuition. We have a whole council in our existence that can collaborate in order to create the perfect outcome for us
Yeah, very,
without frying our mind.
without frying our mind. Yeah. I
Yeah,
think a lot of people fry their mind. There's a
yeah,
problem. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Annie, it's so good to talk with you. Can we do this again towards the end of the year, or maybe in a year we can get back together again, catch up on how the year went, and continue our
yeah,
talk? Would that be okay?
yeah, sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So how beautiful is Greece? I see all the pictures and the videos. My brother went there with his girlfriend and everything is white and blue and beautiful. Is Greece is a cool place, isn't it?
It is a cool place, but what you're describing, these blue and white houses, are only on the islands, some specific islands,
I see.
but there are even more interesting places in Greece to visit. We have mountains, we have forests of pine trees, we have lakes,
Wow.
we have wonderful beaches, very, very much natural beauty that you can enjoy. Those islands you're speaking of are very touristic,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's
but there are
wonderful.
hidden treasures. So if you want to travel here, you can text me. I can help you.
I will look you up if I ever go to Greece. I appreciate you. And thank you for supporting my podcast. And I'll send you a text message. You can give me all the links we can add to this. But Annie, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate your mindset and your expertise. Much love. Have a great year. And
Thank you
again,
so
thank you
much.
very much.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye bye.